When you end up in the water after riding the boat, that is a wet recovery. We'll start with that. First thing after a capsize, locate all who are on board. See if they are okay and remind them to hang onto the boat without weighing the boat down. Uncleat the main and jib sheet, and if you want, the ganav. It is a good idea to furl the jib, especially for quests. Whoever is closest to the furler can do the furling. Lowering the main is a good technique if you are having trouble riding the boat. Move over to the mast and uncleat the main halyard. If you are lowering the main, it helps if the boom is not dropping down in the water. In this case, you can haul in the main sheet and cleat it. Start grabbing at the mainsail and pulling it down. You can also take the main sheet and wrap it once or twice around the mainsail and boom to keep the sail from catching the wind or being an obstacle when you raise the boat. The next trick is to get the bow pointed into the wind by having someone hang onto the bow, like so but in the water, until the stern spins to downwind. Some say they climb onto the centerboard from the water. I cannot do that except on a Venture and the 500, where the centerboard is low over the water when the boat is capsized. Otherwise, crawl up and over from the cockpit side, using the mast as a stepping point near its base to reduce the risk of turtling. Your sailing buddy can signal for an impending turtle by watching that the masthead float is not sinking below the water. Look for a riding line. Quests don't have riding lines as of the making of this video. A trick is to fashion one from the available sheets, like the bow painter looped around the mast or base of the shroud, or a jib sheet if you're in light air, or your own line that you might have brought along. Here, this one is tied onto the shroud with what is called a lark's head or a luggage tag or a cowhitch knot. It has also been suggested to me that you can tie a figure-8 knot at the other end and use the line as a stepping ladder to help yourself get back into the boat from its side over the gunwale. Let me know if this works. Now stand on the centerboard and pull. If you are light, you have to walk out further. Keep pulling until the boat starts to come up. Where your sailing buddy's weight is located is very important. You don't want them weighing the boat down on the other side while you are trying to right it. Standing straight on the centerboard with your shoulders back is very effective. To get back into the boat, make your way to the stern while maintaining contact with the boat and haul yourself in. You can do this by dunking yourself and then popping up and over the stern, pulling yourself up and doing the worm whilst reaching for the hiking strap or whatever to haul yourself in. The main thing to be aware of when you haul yourself in over the stern is that your body acts as an anchor and the bow of the boat will gradually spin downwind, powering up the mainsail if you've left it raised. If the boat does start sailing away, hang on to the boat, and hopefully it will recapsize soon enough so that you can attempt your capsize recovery again. The crew can come back to the stern too. If they need help, grab the back of their PFD near the neck or the high straps and pull or dunk them and then pulling them up again. It is very helpful to have someone in the boat when it comes up, either yourself or the crew. For hauling in crew as you right the boat, instruct them to hang on to the hiking straps, either the ones lower in the water or the ones higher above the water line, depending on the length of the person. Or they can hammock themselves into the inside of the boat without pulling down on the boat, just floating in the cockpit and hanging on to a hiking strap. Here is a JY wet recovery. JYs are lighter than quests and come up quicker. Whoever gets into the boat first should apply weight to avoid a recapsize and grab the tiller as quickly as possible to head the boat into the wind while the other person gets back into the boat. Even better and quicker is when you can get into the boat without falling into the water yourself. Climbing into the boat as it rights itself is a matter of timing and is different for each person, boat, and conditions. For the quests, pull up the boat when the mast is about 45 degrees, throw a leg over the gunwale as you hold onto the shroud or the righting line to pull yourself in. Hang on, be patient. The boat may feel like it is doing nothing, but it is shedding water until your weight becomes an effective counter. Again, standing straight and keeping your shoulders back and butt in is good form. I find capsized recovery on a JY a little easier and quicker because they have narrower hulls than quests and are lighter. You and your crew should talk about steadying the boat with your weight as you both come in, and as much as possible avoid colliding with the crew as you hurl yourself back in. If you have capsized such that your mast is pointing downwind, you have less of a chance of a recapsize. The boat may also come up more slowly and in a controlled manner. With the mast pointing upwind, recovery should take into account the possibility of a recapsize given the orientation of the boat. The crew can help with this, either by being scooped in or by hanging onto the boat. That's about it. There are many more details and ideas you can try. Please feel free to leave comments. Be safe and have fun.
Each day brings me to the brink, and every night wears upon my nerves. And every sleepless dawn I meet with weary eyes and yawn, and all I care to do is sail on.